much for the support as a channel member, Scott Sherrington. Top of the table clash for you today, boys and girls, as we are away against Aston Villa. And if we've got serious aspirations of winning the league, we have to go and win games like this. The only problem is last time we played Villa, they knocked us out the FA Cup, and they haven't lost a lot of games this year. Hello and welcome to Club 2, Part 19 of Not Meet a Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have that game against Aston Villa and we're also at home against Portsmouth. Since you were last with me, we've only played a few games because I wanted to come back for the Villa one, mainly. I know I normally go 6 or 7 games between episodes. We've only done 3 league games. We got knocked out the Carabao Cup by Brentford and we thumped Oxford, lost to Charlton, but then beat Rotherham. Ricky J. Jones continuing to score for fun. He's now the top scorer in the league. 14 goals so far this season. We've played 12 games. He's only played 11. So 14 goals from 11 games. That'll do. And he is now officially better than Jack Grealish. Reece Devine up there as the top assists maker in the division as well. Shows that we have had a lovely, lovely, lovely start to the season. And it would get even lovelier if we could hand Aston Villa their first defeat. 12 games played, 10 wins, 2 draws. They're pretty good, but so were West Brom. West Brom were level with them in the last episode and they've lost 2 games since. So someone's got to beat Villa at some point, or at the very least, let's draw with them, cling on their coattails and go up in second place. I'll take that because Villa do look a little bit overpowered for this league. So this is the team for the Villa game. We've got Jaskalainen in goal, a back four of Devine, Suleiman, Sykes and Lopez, Wintle at the base of the midfield, Taylor and Wassell ahead of him, and then Palmer and Patton supporting Jones up front. Simon Patton had a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a out of form period. He picked up a little bit of a knock. He's not quite been the same since his knock. Luckily, Jones is continuing to score like an absolute madman. But we did mention this in one of the previous episodes, that this is one of those times where if Patton continues to flounder on the right-hand side, we look for an opportunity to get him back up front for a few games and try him doing something different. The only problem is, with Jones in the form that he's in, obviously that isn't going to happen anytime soon. But if Jones starts to drop off, if the partnership starts to struggle, we can very easily switch it around to have Patton up front, Jones on the left, and move Casey Palmer over to the right-hand side, and it works. So we can shuffle around as needed, but let's see how they work this way around today. There is Patton picking the ball up deep and gets it back again from Wintle and looks for a run. He's given it for Lopez and he's gone into the middle. We've now got both strikers taking up central positions, looking to receive the ball here. The logic says, get it out to this left-hand side to Reece Devine for a cross with all the strikers in the middle. We went the other way, and Patton gets an opportunity. Unfortunately, it falls on his right foot. And his right foot, I mean, it's good for standing on and for snatching at the odd opportunity, but trying to shoot a cross goal from there with his right foot isn't one of his strengths, and he didn't really have time to cut it back onto his left. Devine with the in-swinger, Suleiman's hit the post and Jones is there for the rebound. That is, Suleiman I think is a former Villa youngster, isn't he? I know he was somewhere before he went to play in Portugal. I think it was Villa. But that's a commanding header from him. It's the inside of the post and that's the easiest goal Ricky J. Jones will score all season. Right place, right time. That's our new corner tactic paying off, where we're front-loading or overloading the front post with our 2 centre-backs and sticking our striker on the far post to pick up scraps. It's exactly what it's intended to do, because that way, if it's a flick on, if it's a save, if it's a post, it's likely to end up on that far side of the goal where you want your best finisher there to do the finishing. And that's what he did. Jack Grealish showing that he's actually quite good as well, with his 5th goal of the season and just floating it over the top of Jaskalainen. Easy as you like. And this is arguably the 2 best players in the division. I mean, it's not even arguable. On average rating, the 2 best players in the division so far this season are Jones and Grealish. And it looks like they're going to have a little bit of a competition. It's the championship version of Messi against Ronaldo, where I guess Jones is your Ronaldo, who came into us on the left wing and is now playing as a free-scoring striker. And Jack Grealish, I guess, in this scenario, is Messi, even though we all know Simon Patton's the real championship Messi. We've got them both. We've got Messi and Ronaldo in our team. Grealish can just be Jack Grealish. He'll be all right. I'm surprised he's still at Villa. It's similar to the scenario we saw with Wilfried Zaha last year at Crystal Palace. Why are these players not leaving their clubs when they get relegated? Because you would think if Villa got relegated in real life, Grealish probably leaves. I know he didn't last time. I think he probably would this time, wouldn't he? He's not going to stay there for another championship season. Right, let's get back into this game. Wassell doing very well to win the ball back and starting a counter-attack. He's only got Jones ahead of him, although Jack Taylor's doing well to get caught up there as well, and Palmer had eventually made it further forward. But in the end, it's a pretty poor use of the ball. It gives the ball away to Villa, but Wassell wins it back again in midfield, and it's Patton looking to get his head down and run. He's had a shot there. I'm not even sure what he's trying to do. It said in the little text commentary at the bottom he was trying to curl it. I saw no indication he was trying to curl it there. It just looked like a mishit. It looked like it must have been a deflection to be as poor a shot as it was. But it just shows Patton struggling a little bit, but he's still willing to try. He's not lost his confidence. I mean, sometimes, though, I would say just tone it down a little bit, Simon, because that was a terrible attempt at a pass. I know what you're trying to do, but try that when you're in good form. Maybe not try that today, because you've given the ball away here and left us under quite a lot of pressure, and we need to deal with that. And Jack Taylor does, and finds Ricky J. Jones, who turns his man beautifully. And we have got so many spare players on that right-hand side. Jones, going it alone, hits the frame of the goal. That would have been spectacular. That would have been one of, if not the greatest goal I'd ever seen in Football Manager, if that goes into that top corner. But it was millimetres away, and now it's Grealish at the other end for Villa, trying to show that he's as good. It is those two trying to one-up each other. It's brilliant fun. Sykes now playing it to Lopez, and the highlight ends. And this, the big plus I'm taking from this, even if we end up losing this game, I don't feel like we're being outclassed. I feel like this is two very evenly matched teams, and we're doing really well. And what's my assistant saying? I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. I'm not having that. I want to win. Let's avenge what happened last time out. I don't know why I've gone down to click on his name afterwards. You haven't been able to do that on FM21. You do one team talk. You can't then hand over the other half to your matey, which I used to like being able to do, but I don't think you can now, although I still instinctively go and try and do it. I'll do the team, you do the individual. Doesn't work like that anymore, Kev. Do it! Do it, Stephen! Right, Villa on the attack again, and they've made that look pretty easy to get around Devine there. What a save from Will Jääskeläinen. What a double save! I mean, that is world-class goalkeeping from Jääskeläinen. The first save was good enough, but to get back up to make the second save was stupendous. This is, if this game's not on the telly, Sky are doing it wrong. This is a beautiful example of just how good the Championship can be. These are two very good sides who've just got... this is what happens when nobody decides to defend. There's two teams, both trying to win the game, both with quality players throughout the team. None of this defensive nonsense. And it's just leading to some beautiful football being played by both sides. Right, we are going to make some changes. There are a few ratings that are a little bit low. We're going to bring Kasani on in midfield, see if we can change things up in there. And I'm very tempted to... is this a bad idea? I'm going to stick Jones out wide. I'm almost tempted to do that and try them like that, which might be the wrong thing to do when Jones has been playing so well. But let's get Patton up front and let's give him a try. We'll take off Taylor. Taylor's shattered. Zakowski can come on for him as a final change. And we'll just drop a little bit of encouragement. I might have killed off our attack doing this, or it might be the genius tactical switch that leads to us winning the football match. To be honest, this 1-1, I'll take this. We've edged it for XG. We've come here and looked like equals, and we didn't lose. So I think we've got more positives to take out of that than Villa have. The only issue is they're still 5 points clear of us, and or 4 points clear of us, and still haven't lost a game this season. Plus, we dropped down to third place. But lots of positives to take there. We're one of the good teams in this division this year. We should be looking to get promoted. So no changes for the Portsmouth game. Did you see how well we played against Villa? Why would we make any changes? Portsmouth are down in 22nd place with a home side. You would expect us to go and beat them comfortably. They've got Christy Pym in goal, former Peterborough goalkeeper. And Patrick Bamford up front for them, who's now going to score because I've mentioned his name. Oh, good. I have not noticed that before. I thought I'd done the double click and missed the team talk, but it actually checked with me. Kev, you're double clicking, you buffoon. Do you want to do a team talk? Is that a new feature? I feel like that's a new feature that I'd not noticed until now. Ball looks like it's floating. Right, ball forward from Yaskalonen to Lopez. I mean, my eyes might not be working. It looks like the ball's not touching the pitch. It's very odd. Palmer got him behind here. Can he cut it back for Taylor? He does. Taylor has a shot from the edge of the area that goes high and wide. I thought he was going to be looking for Jones. He probably wishes he had now because he'd have an assist to his name. Palmer with the free kick, looking for Sykes, but can't find him. And Portsmouth looking to get the ball clear, but Solomon wins it back beautifully. It's Taylor. Jones must be offside. He's not. I mean, someone's playing him on there then, surely, because he's just stood alone beyond the penalty spot. Let's look at it from the other angle. So keep an eye on Ricky J. Jones, who's got players around him. I think we're going to get the little, was it offside thing? I don't know who's playing him on there. It's difficult to tell from that angle too. This is going to be the one that shows us. I mean, it's very, very borderline. We'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. It's a lovely finish from Jones. And that puts us 1-0 up on 6 minutes. Lopez, Wassell, back to Lopez again. A cross comes over for Palmer, who hits the base of the post. Casey Palmer is flourishing in this new system. I know at times last year he looked very good, but I think I've mentioned before, he was very much moved around all over the place. Jones has just stolen another one here. That again, suspicions of offside. Ricky J. Jones has just become a goal poaching superhero. Let's look at this one. So Sykes with the header and Jones. Again, it feels offside, but I'll take it. I think it's just because he's so quick. He looks offside when he's not. That one wasn't even marginal enough to give us the replay. Wassell now. Jones is on a hat-trick already and there's only 11 minutes gone in this game. Wassell plays it all the way back to Lopez. Ball over the top for Jones. Oh my goodness. How is that the one that's offside? How? Can we have a replay, please? I'm not buying it. It's so close again. He is slightly off. What a finish. He is up for it today, boys and girls. Patton is struggling and wants to be substituted. What has happened to Patton? It doesn't look like he's injured, but he's broken. I'm not sure how or why. Palmer with the cross. There's Jones. There's his hat-trick. 20 minutes gone. Ricky J. Jones has yet another hat-trick. We are going to take off Patton. But I'm not going to bring on Livramento to play on the right wing. Burak can come on and play there, who hasn't really had much in the way of game time since we've established Casey Palmer, which is who I was talking about before it all kicked off again. Casey Palmer forcing his way in as a regular starter now because he's got a position, this left-hand side. He played in so many different roles last year. He was kind of first reserve for everything, but not first choice for anything. Whereas now he's very much first choice along with Jones and Patton as part of this front three. It has meant that Burak, who was signed to play there more, the front three I had in mind was Burak, Patton, Jones. But it's kind of Palmer's form and how well Jones has played as a striker has kind of changed the plans a little bit. But Burak getting another opportunity here today in a game that's effectively already won because Ricky J. Jones is stupendous. Burak playing it forward to Lopez on the overlap. Jones is lurking in the middle again. He could grab 5 or 6 in this game easily. He's already scored 4 once this season. I think that's his 4th hat-trick of the year as well. He is a ridiculous footballer. Change play. Give the penalty to Jones. I just want to see how many goals he can score today. An opportunity for a 4th goal on 42 minutes. It's Ricky J. Jones, and it's saved, and that's ruined him for the rest of the day now. Should have let Casey Palmer take it. Jones could have scored 8 if we'd have just let him. But now, I've never seen him take a penalty before. And now I've ruined everything. Portsmouth will win the game now. It's all gone wrong. I've broken my best player by trying to be fancy and set records. Importantly, it looks like Villa are losing. Villa are drawing. Villa are drawing against Middlesbrough, who were the team who were in second place at the start of today. So this game takes on even more significance because if the Middlesbrough-Villa game ends as it is, it pushes us right back up into this mix. Only 2 points behind Villa, back up above Middlesbrough again. Jack Taylor's just made it 4-0. Jones was there or thereabouts there as well. I would question from the other angle if it was, we should give this one to Jones. Jack Taylor deserves a goal. I don't know who you... I mean, you could give that to any one of those three. I don't know. The third... I'm not sure who the third one is who's in there. Can't click on anyone properly, so it's Taylor. No. Doesn't really matter who the third guy was. Unless it was Hulk Hogan, then it's quite significant, I guess. Oh, 90s wrestling reference. I mean, talk about hitting your target audience over the head. Goodness me. Right. Let's... why is that saying take Sullivan off? What's wrong with him? Nothing, really. Livramento can play centre-back. I'm interested in seeing him play there. For a player who was recommended to bring on the right wing and now at centre-back, Livramento... I said I wanted another Henry Lawrence. Livramento might be that man. Because he can play everywhere. He's beautiful. And then for my final trick, we are going to... I think I'm done forcing Steve Wilson, by the way. Because 11 games, 14 games in all competitions. Yes, they're all off the bench, but he's not scored a goal in 14 chances. So we'll let that happen organically if it happens. And so for now, we'll take off Wassel, bring on Kasani, because he's looked just spectacular in spells. Didn't really do anything against Villa, but he didn't get much time, and it was against Villa, whereas this is Portsmouth. And this is the kind of opportunity for him to just go out there and show how fancy he is. Jaskalainen is playing very well. For a man who's unhappy at the moment, I didn't sign another player from Hull to cheer him up. He is a big upgrade on Malden, and I didn't realise we needed an upgrade. We got Jaskalainen because he popped up on a scout report. He was reasonably priced and looked better, so we went with him. But I certainly wasn't looking for him. I never had a plan to buy a new goalkeeper this summer, but Jaskalainen turning up has proved very important. Wintle, terrible pass from our deep-lying playmaker. Gives the ball away. Luckily, Portsmouth are a bit too shell-shocked to do anything with it, I think, and have decided to try and build slowly from the back in the 89th minute when they're 4-0 down, which, I mean, you may as well just get the ball forward and have a go. If you're giving up, just sit down and wait for the final whistle. Jaskalainen forward to Taylor. Now it's Kasani, who plays it out to Devine. Devine to Palmer. Have we got the chance for Ricky J. Jones to grab number 4 for today? This probably is the day I should have brought Devine on. That's a big miss from Kasani. My word. I would have scored from there. There's been a couple of odd moments today. It's been a dominant victory, but it's not been all good news everywhere. The potential injury to Patton is problematic. Jones missing a penalty might have broken him. And whatever Kasani was trying to do there did not work at all. Burak's come on and I've not noticed him. So it's not all positive, but goodness me, there's a lot of positive as we look to continue to push towards promotion to the promised land, the Premier League. What a beautiful thing. There is Burak, look, wins the ball back, and the referee immediately notices and blows the final whistle. Whoa, you're not having the ball. That's not your role today. Didn't check in on what happened in the Middlesbrough Villa game. It ended 1-1, which does mean the top of the table now looks like this. West Brom getting themselves back into the mix as well. So presumably they won a game against somebody. They must have played earlier. I'm not seeing them on there anywhere. But it's now Villa on 34 points, still having not lost a game. And their last 2 games, they've played us and Middlesbrough. So they're playing the teams around them and still not losing. So keep an eye on Villa. They'll win the league this year. We're back up into second, only 2 points behind them. But Middlesbrough and West Brom are both level on points with us. But because they don't have Jones, they're not scored as many goals as us. 18 now for Ricky J. Jones this season. What a £4 million signing he's turning out to be. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.